Well, what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? It's
More
the
people.
return.
We've multiplied.
Return of the Mack. Once again, return of the Mack. Yeah, it's the return of Jacob and Lavina back from the void that was life, and here once again to entertain the masses with their quirkiness and their overall artistic endeavors.
Still no pigtails, though.
And also, you may notice a few different things. We have not just one camera, not just two cameras. We have three cameras.
Cycle them through obnoxiously, Nick.
Oh, yeah. Hold up. Midnight Reflex said my birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, Midnight Reflex. Happy early birthday, my friend. Yeah, happy early birthday, Midnight Reflex. So, yeah, we've been having some fun over these last couple weeks. Me and Roan actually got to show off some of his Axioms characters and concept art.
Just a few characters and stuff.
Yeah, just an Amos Bush to the appetizer.
You don't want to give me
like
too in depth.
1,000-page book.
Yeah, you don't want to give me too in depth.
You don't want. Well,
next
thing you know, he's going to write a book as thick as Stephen King's It and just like chuck it at people.
Yep.
Literally,
just like give them concussions, and they'll get up and be going, "Axiom is awesome."
Yeah, we went like 2.5 hours on that podcast and like an hour and a half.
Oh, dude, people were into
trying to
it,
talk about characters. I got sidetracked on like talking about the artificial gravity and stuff.
So that's the creative stuff I like getting into. Like,
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah.
projects are we working on? What are we?
Well, yeah,
doing?
and that's actually
like your audience. They know us as creative individuals, but do they really know like what we
do? Yeah, that's
we
yeah.
do a
Well,
lot.
honestly, I always depend on like if someone wants to talk about a project. I mean, feel free to because yeah, there we go. Get it.
Hey, Sarah, by the way.
I think I have an idea who that is. Dusk Dovahkiin.
Dusk. Yep.
And the first
It's gonna be a
one,
fucking no.
It's always this. No? Dusk, you're slipping, man. Dusk, you're slipping. Where you at, bud? I'm just joking. But yeah, but honestly, it was Azure. Nice,
Oh,
nice job, Azure.
Azure.
Good
Blue.
job.
That used
So-
to be Rydina's name.
Yeah.
Azure.
All right, but before we begin with the memes, let's actually discuss, going around. We discussed Axiom last, the last 2 weeks we were here. Predominantly the week before.
Yeah.
So overall, the projects that Jacob and Lavina have been working on, they've actually been busy with other things. Lavina, actually, I don't know if you're under, you can't discuss it or.
I cannot, but I'm working with something big right now. So.
Yes, she is working for actually a very well-known network. Can't discuss which one it is because of NDAs and all that. I mean, that's rough to talk about. But she will, but she probably will be able to discuss it. Hopefully, by the time she's done with the project and everything. Hopefully. I mean, all depends.
Yeah, it might be something where it goes to like once the show airs or something. But,
yeah. And we'll just be like, look for her name in the credits.
Yep.
It'll be right there. So also, Jacob, you also had some stuff going on here recently with work and everything, and it's been tying you up, and you haven't been able to come up.
Yeah,
The C's kind of
between making sure shop's running good and everything over at the shop. It's mostly been schoolwork and filming projects.
Yeah.
My school has me working on a miniature documentary.
And I have him working on my project.
And then we've got another project that she is also involved
which
with.
Nate will be a part of.
Yeah.
Nate is going to be in my short film.
We're actually going to be filming it in the middle of next month. And before that, hopefully, we'll have more information on the Remnants project, which has been dragging slow, but hopefully here soon you'll see a lot more of it.
It will be amazing.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot more
Amazing.
meetings lately.
Amazing.
More meetings and more, I guess, group work.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm more than willing to help out and do whatever is needed to get it finished and put out there so that we can at least try and get some funding for it and see if people are interested in watching it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, heck,
they're all hard work. If anybody has ever done short films, I don't think a lot of them realize good short films take a long time.
Yes.
I mean, several months to nail out. I can't imagine
the finest
doing it
of
all
details.
by myself. If I had to do all of it by myself, every single bit of it, which a lot of people have, in the past, that's just a ridiculous amount of workload to put on somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
and
generally, tell when like a project is a lot more professionally done because either if it's a small crew type thing, it takes a long time to do it because you want to get it done right, or you have a lot of people to work with. But if you try and rush it with just one or two people, it's gonna look like that.
Yeah, it's gonna look like it's filmed by one or two people
yeah,
too.
so-
Yeah.
There's just a lot more stuff goes on behind the scenes of creative projects, especially short films, I guess.
Thank you,
Me and you
Ozzy.
both.
Yeah. Thank you, Ozzy.
Rona's in the process right now. We're starting to kind of pick up speed on switching over to our focus to production. So he's putting together our whatever investment strategy and stuff, and
Okay.
the whole package that he's gonna be
Very nice.
mailing out. So
Very nice.
that's good. Yeah, I'm don't know if I already told you. I'm today was moving over our game office and everything over to where where the equipment room is next to the sound studio. Moved all that stuff in there, and all the newsroom stuff is going over here to our main production stage. So
Okay.
A lot of moving.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, I'm
moving,
tired.
deconstruction and construction and cleaning.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
That's how it goes. That's how it
Busy,
goes.
busy.
God.
So
just that side of that one little
Yeah.
side of I guess set design.
yeah, dude.
yeah,
Holy
it's,
crap.
oh, man.
There's a reason why when you watch through, because nobody ever sticks around for any other movie credits, but for the Marvel movie credits, there's like 800 fucking names on it. It's because everybody's got a job, and it's
and
it's a career. In of
it's
itself.
like this person scrubbed the edges off of Miss Marvel's ass. I mean, like shined up Tony Stark's Iron Man helmet for
well, we
for
call
like a
those
good
production
solid
assistants.
300 hours worth of work just to make it look as good as it does.
Those are PAs. Basically.
Well, yeah,
That's-
production
it just
assistants
falls
and
into
all
that.
You
that.
got
and-
set designers, set art, and nobody does each other's job in the bigger industries. When you're in the lower industry, you're doing everybody else's job, and everybody else is also doing your job.
Well, yeah, you
It's
got to
kinda
kind of be a
like-
jack of all trades,
Yeah, you
which,
gotta be a jack
which
of
is
all
which is
trades.
what why I respect Robert Rodriguez, because the man literally does everything. He writes it, he shoots it, he edits it, he even makes the music for it a lot of the times. I mean, especially
Yeah,
on
that's
his
cool.
Desperado trilogy, the
like
El Mariachi. and,
even James Cameron, he designed this rig for Avatar. It was one of the first big 3D.
yeah,
rigs.
him and Vincent Pace. I remember
Yeah,
reading about that.
And so it was too heavy. It was heavier than pretty much any other camera on the market because it was basically like they combined two cameras.
Yes.
And so he actually went out himself and shot with a 55-pound camera on his shoulder rig all day, every day.
Hey,
for
that's
like
dedication,
300 something days.
Dedication.
on shooting.
Which that's
just-
also
I can only
Man,
imagine.
that's ridiculous.
It's also why I respect people like Christopher Nolan and
yeah.
Emmanuel Lubezki. Lubezki, when he was filming Gravity, which to me is one of the most beautifully filmed movies of all
It was a great
time,
movie, yeah.
and I like the floating around and everything, the crane system that they came up with to do all that.
Yeah, for the lighting
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, and Emmanuel Lubezki being on the crane the whole time, just being like. Just getting to float around in a
Oh, yeah.
crane.
That would have been great.
In a suspended crane, like this servo system where he can adjust the camera around, keep Sandra Bullock centered, and then all of a sudden here comes George Clooney over top, floating above, right in the background, and he adjusts up just a little bit to where you can see him and her in the same frame at the same time for that small interval, and then switches right back down to Sandra Bullock, effortlessly, beautifully, and some of the best work I've ever seen done.
Imagine shooting that on a jet.
Oh,
where they
dude.
do the gravity simulation.
Yeah,
where
right.
They go down just the right speed to where you're kind of floating.
Yeah, the
in that
vomit
jet.
comet.
Yeah. But you imagine shooting that with your camera and sitting there floating, you're like, oh. And you're trying to pull focus, you're like, I'm getting further away. So I'll pull the camera with me.
Stop it.
It's-
All right, you guys,
I don't
I
know
have
if
a
you watch the
confession.
behind the
What's
scenes
the
on
con- what's the
Gravity.
confession?
It's
Listen.
pretty crazy.
No, it's a confession.
I know, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Hey, listen. I do have made up words, but it's not a concession. It's confession.
I know. I said conflation. I was just
All right.
being
It
silly.
must be a law
I
marker.
actually like the way the Dora Explorer live action
The
looks.
live action Dora the Explorer. Have you seen the trailer?
I have.
Actually, like it doesn't
actually
look
doesn't
bad.
look bad.
Well,
you're like me.
I
probably
hate
just going,
Dora.
Dora the
Then-
Explorer, really?
Listen, somebody brought it in chat, and I'll just go.
my thing is with the Dora Explorer trailer. I
It's.
was never
I think it's
interested in Dora the
good.
Explorer.
Yeah, me
It
neither.
The
reminds you of
only one-
Jumanji. Like the
Yeah, it
Jumanji
reminds me of
movie.
No, they are going with Jumanji, and I can respect that. It's just me. My experience with Dora the Explorer, my little sister's annoying the hell out
I
of me.
know.
To turn it
Oh
on
no.
turn
Go
it on
Diego,
Nickelodeon
go.
So they can
Oh,
can
Lord.
watch it, and it's like, "Hola, I am Dora," and I'm just like,
Yeah, no,
it's
I'm
like
done.
it's like.
But the thing is,
Hijo
My
de
little brother
puta,
watched
shut
that
the hell up.
like in the trailer, she doesn't act like that. She
No.
doesn't act nothing like a little dumb child.
No,
she's
she's
like
grown
a
up.
female Indiana Jones, like.
Which, if that's what they're
that
going
ass.
for,
And I was like,
okay.
this actually
That's
looks
better. I
pretty
mean,
cool.
it might be to extend to a broader area.
Well,
Sometimes you gotta
to a
look-
broader audience, and also kids remember Dora.
Listen,
Yeah.
there is movies out there that, I mean, like you have to really look at the movie, not the way that you think about it.
No,
you
well,
understand? Like you
no,
have
I
to
get that.
actually physically watch the movie to see if you actually really like it. Because
I've
some
No.
movies,
No, I get that.
and some trailers even will look good, and then the movie's bad, or some of the trailers look bad, and the movie's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
it's just
Avatar
all-
trailer sucked. Believe it or not,
Well, it did.
I thought that I did
It
not
did.
want to see that movie.
Well,
I
no,
got
me
dragged
neither.
to it, and then
Well-
after watching it, I thought it was the best.
well,
movie I've
Avatar
ever
was
seen.
well,
one of
me-
the best movies ever made. Period.
There's actually several examples of that, Lavina. I agree with 100%. But for me, it's
Dora, it torturized you.
well, no,
I mean,
it didn't just torture
it's,
me as a
it's
kid.
there.
Terrorized.
That's a
Oh, is
word.
it terror?
Terrorized.
No, I would
Listen,
correct
to
you.
Sami, whatever. I don't care. Listen, I know it's tsunami, but I said to Sami, okay?
Come down to Kobe Steakhouse and try our new Tasami steak.
Salami sandwich for you.
Sorry, I'm sorry, but overall, I don't care. I mean, truth is, there's a movie out there for everybody. I mean, Hobbs and Shaw, the new The Rock and Jason Statham movie coming out, looks dumb as hell. It looks so stupid.
glad
But
to
guess
agree
what?
with them.
I'm probably going to watch it because I like Jason Statham and I like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
never know, it
And
might be a
also,
good movie.
then also I like Idris Elba, and the fact that he's playing the villain is awesome. And also, I like the director, David Leitch. He was one of the original directors of the first John Wick film. And I
don't let critics or the masses really judge my opinion on what is good or not, because I've been proven wrong so many times with that. Ready Player One just recently, when it first came out, the reviews were kind
middling.
I actually
middling.
like that movie.
I
I
didn't
watched
think nothing
it.
of it. I didn't go watch it. Well, I just watched it, I think, here recently. Well, not recently, but like a year ago. Almost.
Yeah.
It's been a while now.
Recently, one
Well,
year
yeah.
It's been
ago.
a while, but when I
recent.
watched
Cinematically,
it, I thought
yeah.
that movie was fucking awesome.
Well,
Like,
cinematically, it's Spielberg, dude. Spielberg always does great work with his whenever he puts stuff out. You know, it's going to be top of the line quality. A lot of the problems that people had with it was that it strayed a little too far from the original narrative, the original Ready Player One narrative. But truth is, people forget Ernest Cline, the original writer of Ready Player One, assisted in the screenplay. He knew that they were only going to have one movie for this. So he knew he was going to have to cut corners, cut stuff out, redact things, and make things more presentable as a film. That's why people don't watch the Lord of the Rings movies to get a verbatim version of the Lord of the Rings books.
Well, and a lot of times books are written they're written not really anticipating that they're going to be turned into a film.
No, well,
so they're not written.
you think
like
Stephen
a
King
film, so-
anticipated his works were going to be turned into film?
Yeah, man. It's a lot of times translating is just difficult.
And the two times that Stephen King has actually had full control over his vision of what he wants the film to be is Maximum Overdrive and the Shining miniseries. Maximum Overdrive is a very
And The
fun movie to
Shining
watch,
is-
but stupid,
Yep.
so stupid.
Very stupid.
And then
The
the
Shining was
miniseries.
it was a masterpiece.
Well,
I mean,
no, the
but
movie
end-
was.
yeah.
But the miniseries
Yeah,
was.
I've never seen the miniseries.
It sounds pretty scary.
Presentation wise, it is Stephen King's novel brought to life, but it is so boring.
What? I've never heard
Cinematically,
of
it is one of the
this.
most boring things I've ever watched in my entire life. I sat through and I watched the first half of it, and like halfway through, I was just like, okay.
That's how I felt for Napoleon Dynamite.
Well,
Oh
Napoleon
my
Dynamite.
God, that
thought it was
was
pretty stupid, too.
horrible.
It did have a couple
Even though I
funny
do
scenes.
like
No, there
some
was some
scenes
funny
in
stuff, but
yeah.
it's that quirkiness that gets people. That
If
gets
you're
people
bored
off.
like for
The
a
cow
minute,
scene
you get
at the
uninterested.
Oh yeah, the one with the.
I
it's
don't
just-
even really
pulls up
remember
Yeah,
that much.
right as the cow
He's
gets
like-
shot in the head by Eustace. She's
That was
like,
funny.
"Don't worry, I called Eustace to get us more meat." And all of a sudden, you see Eustace out there. He's like,
He's trying to
He's
figure
just
out
like-
that gun.
Yeah, he's like
Looking at it and shit.
trying to get the damn shell to go in, gets a thing to come up, and you see the cow looking up at him going,
and then the bus pulls up, and then you hear bang, and all the kids start screaming. I was crying, man.
That was honestly the
That was
funniest
best
part of the
scene
film.
in the whole movie.
Because it's just that juxtaposition right there. Just bus pulls up, bang, kids screaming. It's like perfect. It's one of the most perfectly filmed
also,
comedic scenes.
Also, like was it the goat or the llama or whatever? He's like, Tina, you fat lard, come eat some dinner.
You come eat some- and I've met John Heater. I've met John Heater,
really?
and I met both him and Pedro. I met both of them, and they're nice guys. They're very nice people. And the thing
whole
is, there's a
movie
reason
doesn't hold up
why
for me either.
Jared
It was-
and
I just
just
don't
did
like
not
them type of
entertain me
movies,
anymore.
though.
well,
That's
Jared
just me.
and Jessica Hess, the people who created the film and did it, they didn't anticipate it to go anywhere. They just did it because they always wanted to make a movie. And they did, and it turned into a surprise hit. And they tried to make another one, and it sucked.
Yeah.
And everyone agreed that it sucked. And no one went and watched it, and they were just like, okay, we'll count our chickens here, and
I
that'll
do
be it.
apologize about
Oh, she's got to take a call.
Yeah, I'm not really a
Official
fan of like
business.
cringy kind of humor and stuff like that.
Well,
I just,
it's the quirkiness has an appeal to it to certain audiences. There's some people I talk
or
to
I
out
guess
there.
like the awkwardness. Of
Well,
it.
yeah, there's some people out there who said that Napoleon Dynamite's one of their top 5 funny
some
films of
people
all
really-
time. To some people, that's their type of comedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair enough.
me, I still find the funniest scenes are the cow scene, the llama scene, and Rex Kwando. The guy, he's like, you want to have legs like this, be married to a woman like this, come do Rex Kwando. Yeah, and he's like, that's very good. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. That's some funny stuff. But
Everybody's got their own taste in movies.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
The thing
Yeah.
about, that's the thing
I
about
don't judge
critics
anybody
is,
for
like,
liking something.
I mean, I've seen spectacular movies. I'm like, dude, that had to have get like a 10 or some shit. And you look it up on IMDb or
It's like got a
Rotten
6.
Tomatoes, and it's like 4. I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
what?
only time I'll judge somebody for liking a movie is if they think fucking Independence Day Resurgence is a great cinematic.
oh,
But
'Cause
to somebody
you're
out
fucking
there,
wrong.
somebody out there probably really enjoyed it though.
that's true. That is true.
I mean, I
It's
guess it
just-
was tailored more for, I guess,
And you gotta think,
younger kids.
when
I
we
don't
were
know, man.
younger, I didn't look at movies that way. Would this be realistic or not? When I first saw Terminator 2, I was just flabbergasted of just like how awesome.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
it
I
was.
mean,
Oh, yeah,
like,
the action
the first
scenes.
Independence Day is cheesy as hell.
Yeah.
in a lot
but
of
it's
ways.
still a viable film.
But it's a
It
solid
works.
story. I mean,
Yeah.
it's start to finish. Fucking Independence Day Resurgence is just all over the fucking place.
Well, yeah, they try and throw in so much. The biggest problem that film had was that Will Smith was not there. Will Smith not
but
being there.
the
and
old
also
guy, fucking
Goldblum.
Goldblum's father is still in the movie. How has he not fucking died? He was
Oh,
old
well-
as shit in the first movie.
Well, no, he was old as shit in the first film. But if anything, that's a testament to friggin' Judd Hirsch's last ability. The guy smoked like a freight train in the 70s and 80s. And finally decided to get healthy in the 90s, and somehow he's still here.
I just don't
He
understand.
outlasted Andy Kaufman. He outlasted so many people from his era, and he's still here.
I just don't understand why they put him in that fucking movie. It was
Well,
such a
because-
waste of time having
well,
him in there.
Because a lot of people liked him in the first film. They found him quirky, they found him funny, and the interactions between him and Jeff Goldblum were actually a very emotional pivotal point, especially whenever Jeff Goldblum comes up with the idea of using the virus. Because when he confesses, he used to be a
Yeah.
rabbi, and he's just like,
No,
I haven't
don't
spoken
get me
to
wrong.
God
In the
since
first
your mother
one, he's
died.
perfectly fine. There,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in the only purpose he served in the
In the
sequel
sequel
was to
just-
drive a fucking bus to the,
Yeah.
the
Well,
final
they
fight.
had to tie him in somehow. I mean, in truth, I would have had him die.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you're gonna write this whole backstory on like Will Smith fucking died in a test crash. This dude could have died of old age. I mean, we would have been.
Could have died of
fine.
old age, or could have died in the film. Like the very
Yeah.
Actually, I could see it.
He's
I could see
literally on his boat as like the fucking ship is coming down, and it's a tidal wave knocking out all these fucking cargo ships. Kill him in that.
Yeah,
I mean,
either that or have a sort of like a dark humor one where he's like gets up from his bed, he's dying of cancer, he's just like he puts on his glasses and looks out the window, he's like, no, I'm not staying around for this, and he pulls his treatment medicine out, and he's just like he just lays down, he's just like, all right, do your thing. Yeah, because that's how I would have done it, but.
I don't know.
That's
Anyway,
a little
sorry.
darker.
I
All
could
right,
rant on
so,
that fucking piece of shit
well,
movie for
okay,
days.
so we've been going now for a little bit, and
got-
there's some
we got
memes
memes?
built up. We got 2, right?
Memes.
200.
Okay,
Mimi.
2 memes. Okay, 3. Okay, well there it is. So, okay.
Anyway, the first one's from
Little late. Go ahead. Thank you, Azur, for the donation.
Oh, man, you have started fire with this episode.
Thank God.
So cool though.
See, I like this.
Yeah, because it's on time.
Yeah. It's not only on time, but it's structured. It has structure. Jesus. It's like we live in the future. Future. Sorry. My favorite version of this, by the way, is by Seth Everman. His is just hilarious. I swear to God, his me looks exactly like him. Very nice.
I do like listening to like cover.
Huh?
I do like listening to like rock covers of game music, like
Oh,
Mass
yeah.
Effect and-
Well, my all-time favorite one's probably going to be the Bowser theme from Super Mario Brothers 1. You know that... Yeah.
I just like all the Mega Man X ones, man. I've listened to a ton of Mega Man X ones.
Yeah.
Have you listened to the retro reworks?
Yes.
So basically, it's still an 8-bit, it's still in that. Like, they'll take the Mega Man 2 Dr. Wily theme, but they'll put it on the Super Nintendo. How would it sound if Dr. Wily's theme was in Mega Man X3 from the original to the X series?
Oh,
Dude,
God, of
it
course,
sounds
Sarah.
Updating
so
the
good.
updating it to
dude,
that.
It sounds
Yeah.
so badass, and it's like, oh.
All right, Nick. What's next?
Sarah said the guitarist
Apparently-
kind of looks sexy.
Apparently there's a
64 donated and said, a movie reaction I hope you guys get to make of this one, since there's a few Renegade members who've never seen it. Suggest to watch it itself. It's on Hulu. Pretty sure the only Renegades that haven't seen this are probably
What movie?
Akira? Oh yeah, Akira, dude. A bombing ass movie, dude.
This 25th anniversary edition coming out.
Yeah, I've not seen this. You said 25th anniversary?
Yep.
Oh, so
This
It's
is an
a-
old
it's a
film.
old one.
good. I was just watching.
Oh, I like that.
apparently it's required if you like anime. You
Not
have to watch
true,
this movie.
not true. Not true.
Fucking thing.
But it is definitely one of the most like
Dude, that
Heroin.
looks
It's
cool.
what brought anime into,
Tetsuo!
into the U.S. stuff, supposedly.
It made an advancement in animation that was not present before.
yes.
So it was ahead of its time on animation.
Yeah. The only thing
So is
that
it
I
kinda
didn't
like a
like,
horror?
I mean,
Anime?
It's body
That's
horror,
cool.
sci-fi.
Dude, I like that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's wicked, dude. It's friggin' wicked.
It makes me want to watch
it's
it.
yeah,
We should
solid
find-
story. The only thing
we
that
should find
kept distracting me was like their fucking like when they talk, it looked like something like from was a Chicken Run or whatever. Their teeth and like their mouths, the way they're drawn.
Yeah.
They look like they're like the claymated fucking
Well-
Chicken Run.
well,
thing.
yeah.
that
the-
was on Hulu.
I'm just gonna go ahead and play this. No announcement.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God damn it! Thank you, Nick.
Did you say
Which
Akira
one?
was on Hulu?
It's the never gonna give you up one.
I'm a good vampire.
Desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie, it hurt you. Da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Sorry, I know. Dusk. No! Oh, Dusk, why? Oh.
It's okay,
It's
man. You can
awful.
talk over it. You can talk over it. You got this. You got
Yeah.
this.
I've taken exercises to where this can't hurt me.
Yeah, if you keep listening, it will. Yep.
can't hurt me. This cannot hurt me. This cannot hurt.
It is a
Ew, it's
little
weird. I don't like it. It's like it's never ending. It's not.
Okay. All right. Can't hurt me. It's just
I don't know if
structured music. This cannot hurt me.
I don't know if anybody noticed here.
Is it on right now? Is it on right now?
No.
Give me the microphone.
I'm not even talking into my mic, so nobody just heard what the fuck I said. Anyways, yeah, so this is my last piece of monster merch that finally came in. It is a Bump Box Flare 8. Quite pricey. Cost me 450 monster tabs and only like $30 in shipping, so.
This cannot
sweet.
hurt me!
This cannot hurt me.
Ah!
It's just
I'm pretty sure they can't really hear you from that.
Yeah, they can. I bet you $1,000 they can hear it.
But they-
Nick, can you hear this?
Yes.
Okay, if he can hear it, they can.
Okay.
Okay.
Ladies and
Anyways,
gentlemen of the chat, I appreciate your tenacity for trying to break my spirit and break my mind.
You passed through it.
I mean, it's not like I haven't already been very ill over the last month or so. I mean, you know, I had a.
trying to get those sympathy points now.
No, I ain't trying to get sympathy points.
But
If I
that
learned
weed
anything from
music,
the internet, there is no sympathy.
but that weed
No,
music,
There is
No,
only
it's not.
pain.
that weed
There is
music.
only misery.
So you imagine being locked in a room like a padded cell and that plays 24/7? How long would
I
you
would
last?
die.
I would literally, dude, I would ram my head into the wall so hard, I would break my neck. Like, literally, I'd stand on the other side of the wall and just wham.
I'd eat the foam off the wall and choke myself.
Jesus.
So yeah,
Alright.
that's Roan's.
Yeah. You hit the off switch on the.
Yeah, yeah.
You saying I can drown in a cup of water?
It's
We'll
now.
find out.
It's on now.
Fucking.
I know y'all can hear
Chuck
me.
Norris and make you
but
drown
not
in
through
a cup of
this.
water.
All right. How's that? Is that good? No.
Has
All
Chuck
right.
Norris done anything film wise in a while?
Chuck Norris doesn't have to do anything film-wise.
Nuck Chorus?
Yeah,
Chuck
Nuck
Norris.
Chorus.
God, he's so old now. It's super
He's
weird.
old, but he
does-
stays in shape.
He doesn't
I
have
know.
to do
Yeah,
What?
so is
I
fucking
remember his
Sylvester
old
Stallone and,
nonsense.
and fucking
Yeah, he's
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
72.
but they're still
What was
big
that
in
old
the
show he
goddamn-
did?
Push the earth down when Chuck Norris does push-ups.
What was that old
Fucking
movie he did?
Sylvester Stallone
Which
was in
one?
what, like in his mid 70s
Like,
or
not
some
old
shit at
movie,
this
but
point. And they're
show.
still making another
Walker,
Rambo
Texas Ranger.
movie.
Yes, I
Dude.
love that.
Oh, it does
freaking
Walker,
look
show.
Texas Ranger is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in
I
my
think it
entire
is
life.
too. I
Because
love
we,
it.
there's
we
actually-
have been to Mars. Chuck Norris was the first person on Mars. He's the reason there's no signs of life.
They sent a toenail.
Yeah, there's actually, my favorite Chuck Norris one, Chuck Norris fact is, there's no such thing as tornadoes. Chuck Norris just really hates trailer parks.
Or
You know-
Nebraska.
You know,
in general.
in the back of the Guinness Book of World Records, there's a line that says, all records are held by Chuck Norris, both men and women's. These are the people who just got close.
Like I used to wear, Batman and Superman pajamas to bed, but Batman and Superman wear Chuck Norris pajamas to bed.
Yeah. You know,
Makes sense.
This is
you know,
Baron's chat.
they
Baron's
say that
chat
under
from
Chuck
World of Warcraft.
Norris's beard there was not a chin, there was only another fist. That's ridiculous. Chuck Norris, wham!
Like a fucking
Family Guy.
alien.
Family Guy.
Xenomorph.
That's one of my favorite bits from Family Guy ever.
You seen the episode where he takes a cactus with like rope, whatever, he flips it around, uses the cactus as a weapon, and starts
dude.
beating people with it?
I
I
never
remember
really
the
followed
one
Chuck Norris
where he
movies,
plays
so-
like this spirit guy who lives out in the middle of the woods, and this guy's chopping down a tree. He stops the chainsaw with his bare hand, looks up at the guy, and stares him down for like a solid 10 seconds. It's
Yeah.
like unbroken eye contact.
That is not how that would play.
I know, and I'm just
Chuck
like,
Norris, man.
hey, Chuck freaking
Chuck
Norris.
once ran in straight on to an Apache helicopter and did a flying kick right through the windshield and hit the pilot in the face and landed the helicopter safely.
Of course.
You know,
Well, it's
On
an
the
expensive
it was on the
helicopter. You don't want to
interstate- it
destroy
was on
a
the Interstate
$20 million
81.
You know-
gunship.
Chuck Norris once got ran over by a freight train, and with luck and some rehabilitation, the train may run again.
Chuck Norris did
That's great.
he got bit by a venomous snake, and 7 agonizing, painful days later, the
The
snake
snake died. I heard that one a long time
Chuck
ago.
Norris, one of the first ever walking memes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a walking meme.
Before
Like Walker,
before
Texas
social
Ranger.
media was a thing.
Oh yeah,
That
dude,
was-
people were
was
doing
legit.
Chuck Norris facts. I remember a book of Chuck Norris facts
Yeah.
way back when. If that tells you anything, books.
Well,
Wow.
What are
there
those?
was a small community on World of Warcraft. I wouldn't say small, probably a million something people wide, a couple million people. On World of Warcraft, there's this place called the Barrens, and if you come through this place, you know your chat will change from one city to another depending on where you go. But when you go into Barrens chat, it was nothing but Chuck Norris jokes. Like, you could not say anything in there. Hey man, where's the boss at? Where's the quest at? Ask Chuck Norris. It was just like, Chuck Norris needs no quest. He is the quest. It was just
I
like,
am the hype.
he was like, hell no.
Well,
Quest complete Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, what a guy.
Anyways, moving on.
Well, actually, I saw the fight between him and Bruce Lee. There was actually a movie fight between him and Bruce Lee in the movie Way of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever seen that?
I have not.
Dude,
I don't think so.
it's honestly one of the best fight scenes ever made.
Mm.
Like, Bruce Lee, I mean, it shows off how good both of them were. Chuck
Oh,
Norris,
Bruce-
like an
Oh,
eight-time,
yeah,
like an
I
eight-time
remember when that
world
went on. I don't remember
champion,
watching it.
middleweight champion, and then Bruce Lee, the friggin' master and creator of Jeet Kune Do. I mean,
I like Jackie Chan and then Bruce Lee.
well, Jackie Chan is
He's just old.
comedic.
Well, actually, I think
What's that?
Chuck Norris once heard that nothing could kill him, so he went and found
Jet
nothing
Li
to
is
kill
older,
him
isn't
first.
Yeah,
That's good. I haven't heard that one either.
sounds about par. For all the
Sounds
dude.
par for the course for Chuck Norris.
Anyways,
You know, Chuck Norris once shot down a German fighter plane by pointing his finger at it and yelling "bang."
Damn. Pretty good.
Yeah.
what they did that in? There's a movie or some shit. Expendables. Didn't fucking.
Oh yeah,
Sylvester Stallone
When
does
he
that
come
shit.
in
And a
with the
fucking
tank, the
sniper
tank.
hits him.
tank blows up.
They blew the tank up because they were doomed. Next thing you know, woo, the tank blows up. All this shit happens. Everybody dies, and Chuck Norris just walks out of the dust.
Booker, yeah, he played Booker.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought the Expendables movies were hilarious.
Yeah,
I,
I
they
think
were awesome,
so too.
but hilarious.
Wish the third one would have had. The thing is, with the third one, they tried to negotiate to get Bruce Willis back,
Yeah.
but Bruce Willis wanted too much money. They said Bruce, for 3 days we're gonna pay you $6 million, and he's like, I want 10.
No.
It's like, saw my leg off with a rusty friggin' steak knife. Give me $3 million. Y'all will never see my fat ass again.
My beast.
Just both legs and both arms.
Yeah, do it. I'll go and get no, for that it'd be at least 20 because I'd want cybernetic replacements.
Yeah, of course.
Just be like, y'all done fucked up. Well, yeah, I am too powerful now.
So have you guys seen the Mega Man X references to the new Overwatch character?
Sigma, I have, yes.
Sigma, when did you get into Overwatch? I turned into a maverick again. I undiscovered Dr. Wily's ancient methods and applied them to my own. Mwahaha.
Has he gone
Yeah,
live into the main game yet?
Not yet, not
PTR,
yet.
still
Oh, I can't wait.
They're saying at least probably next month or 1st of September when everything will be imported in. You know,
Yeah.
the roll lock.
They usually do it a
and-
month in advance and then have it like 4 weeks later, literally.
Or they basically just like for testing to try and balance it out and everything? Is it
Yeah.
Again?
bugs and stuff like that.
I always
Yeah.
have to move my shoulders.
Balancing is typically they'll balance that later,
Oh.
use after it's in the game.
Well, but for Sigma, I'm looking forward to having a new main tank.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
and he looks dangerous. Like,
Yeah,
they're gonna definitely.
they're
break
gonna
him.
have to nerf him.
A
when he
lot.
comes out.
Starting to get bored with
Like
you,
the play of the games
I'm
I
kinda
see,
gonna
it
get
looks
bored
like
with
he
you.
just
There's like
bounces in balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've,
Well,
I've
he
not
does.
played him yet.
Well,
Yeah, I need to get
there was a
something
glitch for a long time
I
where
do like
if you
Bastion,
if you were
but
spamming like the
obviously it's
shield
definitely really
shield button,
best for
he would
defense,
actually throw
so.
4 instead of 2.
But
6.
6?
That's
Oh,
simple.
6 instead
Just
of
give
2.
me a
Oh my
Gatling gun.
God.
Yeah,
I just
that
shoot
would people found that
in
out.
that direction,
one
that
shot,
general
kill
direction. I
yourself.
can
Yeah,
do
it would
that.
one shot just like
Yeah.
done. They would be
It
done.
moves.
Like
Every time you
Genji,
wipe it, you gotta
Tracer.
Yeah.
Heck, I even think I saw
But
him
just
kill a
like
Mei
that,
with
just
one.
endless
Just
fucking
like,
river
it's like
of
Man.
bullets.
just dead.
Anybody who has less than 300 health is.
Yeah.
When you're damage boosted, like nano boosted
So-
as a Bastion, you
Mhm.
will melt anything in like a second. Just like, whoa! Just like,
You just hear the
But you
sound
run-
like a
you
dead
run
If
out
man.
they
ammo
if that's
fast,
what, if they
Go
put
ahead,
like
Nick.
the A10 fucking chain gun sound on that shit would be fucking
Every
great.
single Overwatch channel has been putting out videos on how Warlock has absolutely saved the game.
yeah,
It's
everybody.
just-
It's
Well,
a big
Nobody's
celebration.
playing
And
on live because everybody's on PTR playing it Warlock because it's so much more
exactly. Yeah, and I've kind of taken a little break from it. I was kind of getting aggravated there for a little bit. And
Not me.
started to, I
Well, of
don't
course
know,
not you.
wasn't enjoying myself, so
Diva
I kind of
fiend.
took a little break from it because I get burnt out on certain games. Been playing like StarCraft and World of Warcraft.
fun. Kelly on that. I did Lucio Ball only just to get my base game because I was just
And
sick
then-
of playing it.
And now Nick and I mean, Nick actually jumped into it, and I found him jumped into it. I was like, what are you doing? He was playing Minecraft.
Oh,
Yeah, Minecraft.
Minecraft. I never really sat down and played Minecraft too much.
Well, it's a patient. It's a builder game, and
mhm.
it's the survival aspect of it. I mean, Nick and I found out like when we logged in, it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, we need to bunker down and like really start building a shelter because we were playing on pretty, I think, hardcore difficulty,
Okay.
and just got I went out and I got rinsed by these skeleton archers. There was like 3 of them out there, and I was like trying to get food. I saw these chickens out there. I'm like, I'm gonna kill chicken. I'm gonna go kill chicken. I run up on the hill, and I'm like, is that a skeleton?
See, but when it comes to creative stuff like that, I would actually take the amount of time in that into like Unreal Engine and actually create real models and levels and stuff like that. And then I could use them for like film sets because
that's you doing stuff purposefully. Whereas Minecraft, you just go in with some friends and have some fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's my main thing with it.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I wish
personally,
Unreal was like
Wonder-
a multiple project thing. That'd be.
I wonder if anybody, like any like film producers or whatever, like the story people responsible for storyboarding actually use Minecraft for like just basic set
mean,
building stuff, rather than having
They
to like
did a
do,
complete
like,
for Breath of the Wild. They did a complete 2D prototype of the entire game.
Hmm.
That's right.
Just to test maps, mechanics, strategy, where they're hiding, shit like that. And it was a 2D playable game, kind of like the original Zelda was, except it was like a 3D thing. But yeah, it was a 2D style test bench that they did before they ever started actually constructing a real 3D map and stuff.
yeah.
you
I thought
know,
it was really cool.
You know, a long time ago, I actually had an idea for a Minecraft-inspired like machinima series, kind of like Red versus Blue, but in the Minecraft world. And what it involved was these 4 people. All of them were lost in this world of Minecraft. They have no idea how the hell they got there, and they're trying to figure out how the hell they can get back to the real world. And it was sort of Sword Art Online before Sword Art Online was a thing.
It's kind of like Lavina when she travels to the world of Overwatch, but she can't find her way back out to the real world.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
the headset
well-
and stuff like that, it's like,
Well, actually,
What's the real world?
I don't know.
What is that?
IRL.
Huh?
You might see it in the chat. IRL.
Oh.
Oh, that thing.
LMFAO,
Oh.
LMFAO, IRL.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
Well, so for me, like when I wrote this, it was pretty much like these 2 guys. Both of them are it's 2 guys on one camp and 2 guys on the other camp, and they're pretty much trying to steal resources from one another. Like one time, one group will come over in a boat and like try and steal all the iron and stuff from one team, and the other team's just like, hey, and like shoot them with an arrow. And I had it where it would go like point of view of the arrow, and it would hit the guy like in the back, and he'd just be like, ah, son of a bitch. And, like you'd hear him in the distance screaming, and just be like, I think I got him. And it's like, and like he looks in the distance, like puts his hand up, he's like, yeah, I think you did.
we've
It's like,
been,
good shot, man.
playing around and coming up with the idea of playing VR lately. They have a game called Elite and Dangerous.
That's actually
Elite and Dangerous. It's
Yeah.
like a space combat.
Oh, you mean Elite Dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got like a PC joystick and stuff set up, and dude, I want to put that in VR. And
Well,
Yeah.
look around,
dude,
but it's VR supported.
Here's
too,
what
so-
we're trying. I'm actually saving up for one. I'm saving up for the Oculus Rift S,
Yeah.
which is it actually you don't need the surrounding sensors. It actually has 6 sensors built onto the headset,
Oh,
like
shit.
2 on the bottom, 2 on the top,
Do you
and 2
still
in the
have to
front.
draw the perimeter?
Yeah, you just put out the perimeter of how much space you have. Like where they can, some games can go up to 5 by 5 meters. So, but most games are 3 by 3.
Okay.
And you just walk around. Like there's one I want to play. They played it on the Let's Play channel. They played it on VR the Champions, and it was shattered glass. And what it is you're literally going around this facility like trying to find your way out. And you get trapped in these rooms with this creature that's coming at you, and you have an X amount of time to find the stuff in the room to like open the door to the next area so you can escape. And it's so friggin' creepy. Alfredo played it, who never plays VR games, and he fell on the floor just like so many times, scared of like all the stuff happening around. He's like,
see,
what is
I
that?
wanna-
What is that?
I want
What
to
is
play a
that?
good horror
Holy crap!
game in VR. To me, that just sounds amazing. And
Well,
I
and
really want to check out PlayStation 4.
PlayStation
PlayStation
4
VR
is
But
okay,
just
but
for Resident Evil, has it?
Well,
have you
no,
tried?
on Resident Evil it's good, but a lot of the other apps are not that good.
Although they know.
The only one it's worth checking out on is Resident Evil.
There
That's
was
really
a-
the only
there
one.
I know
was a
Ace
shooter-
Combat
There
has
was
a
a
few.
shooter that was it was more like similar.
Well,
military
super hot.
simulation,
Super hot.
and you could like lean over and pick around the cord, and you actually had to like aim when
Well,
down
yeah.
your sights and stuff. And to me, that just sounds really fun too.
Kind of like what you're talking with Elite Dangerous. I know Ace Combat has a few levels where it's VR, where you're like basically the pilot in the cockpit,
Yeah.
so you can look around.
See, I
and
love
everything.
stuff like that. And I just think it'd
Full
be awesome.
immersion stuff like
Full
that,
immersion.
yeah.
Like I'd like to play MechWarrior like that too.
Oh, dude.
But it's not supported by VR.
Damn.
So
Well,
See,
they're- neither is Alien Isolation, but they made a mod to where it
Yeah.
is.
they don't
That's
have
pretty
mods
cool.
for
That
MechWarrior.
would be a
yet, I
pretty
know
good
of.
game. See, I'm not really a fan of like I don't really care so much about those VR games where it's like really, you see like the little hands or whatever. It looks like it's kind of built for it, but it's not very good.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Hands is
have
hard.
a static game where you don't have to worry about moving around, but you can move around and see the environment. At least,
Well,
for
they
now,
they
I
have games that's the primary function of the VR headset, is that it's you looking around, whereas you have a controller here, or you have the
Yeah, the shooter I was
controllers.
talking about, I mean, you still have a joystick, just
Yeah.
like just like
Yeah, I mean,
first-person
it's
shooter, except
like,
you
you're
control the
moving your
camera
hands
with your
with
head.
Yeah.
And then
that's what. Obviously, it's going to be a while before we get to like Ready Player One level stuff.
Well,
But
they do have those treadmills, those 8-axis treadmills that can go any direction, like they have in the movie.
But how can we make it where people can run through traffic and stuff and somehow not?
Well,
get
no,
hit?
no, I'm not saying no.
That was
Well,
the dumbest
no,
scene in the movie.
I think that a restriction like that, I think having restrictions to where people, like, if they want to meet up in a public square and do that stuff and have the space for it,
that would actually be
but-
kind of cool.
but in terms of say, like out in public, out running through the streets getting hit by cars, unless you're dealing with like Teslas that have perfect object collision,
no.
that's what you are. Yeah.
But like one of those like fucking city type squares where we get like 50 meters, on each side or
well,
something.
what's
that'd be
really cool is like Keith was showing me on his, but you can only do this at nighttime. You can't do it in the daytime because it'll mess with the parameters. But you can
Draw a
set these
line.
sensors, this big barrier if you got like a big backyard.
Yeah.
And you can only go up to like so big. But he was saying something. It was like, what did he say? Like 8 meters.
I don't remember,
Or-
but
I
it
can't
was a
remember,
lot.
but you could set up a big backyard
And battle people.
And in your vision, if you get near that barrier, it shows up as a wall.
Huh.
So like it'll actually show a barrier and everything. It means hey, you can look and see where you're at on the ground.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just
It's a
you're
green-
in that world.
So someone's on Twitter trying to snitch on us.
Oh.
Over
Bitch.
snitch
Like-
on what?
We've made a few people mad over the last few days with a video that we did, where the guy who made the video laced a little joke in there saying reaction videos are lazy and bad, and it's like a mass generalization,
Mhm.
and people are just saying it's just a joke. It's like, well, It didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a jab. And honestly, if people want to make jabs, I mean, expect a hook in return.
Yeah.
I mean, if he came out and said it was a joke and said like, oh yeah, lol, like lol
Question
and all
is,
that.
if he
It's
doesn't,
actually funny.
he
Yeah.
doesn't like React videos, why is he watching one?
Well, and that's the
kind of
critique that a lot of people have. A lot of people have the critique saying, well, he's just saying it, and you know it's true. And I'm like, then what does that make you? You're sitting here watching a reaction video, then that means you're just consuming shit. If reaction videos are shit, then that means you're consuming shit and you're a shit eater. Congratulations.
You're a shit eater.
It's because I have a scat fetish.
Ooh, dude, nasty. Oh,
What is up with Ron?
I have no idea. I have no earthly
That would be
idea what the hell's
the
wrong.
dumb excuse to
But-
go with there.
Ron.
But dude, there's this guy just like on Twitter, like he's messaged this guy like 4 times trying to tell him like, hey, these guys are talking shit about you. Hey, these guys, no, we didn't talk shit about him. We just said, you know, screw you for making a bad joke. That's not talking shit. That's just us. That's just us being real.
People, yeah, dude.
If we wanted to talk shit, be like, your videos suck, bro. It's like, no, his videos are really
You
good.
could send him to Lynn Fricker's channel.
Well, his videos are really
Spectre
good.
Sounds videos.
It's just I didn't appreciate, you know, being called lazy and bad. But overall, man, I mean, you know, it's just people being overly defensive about some shit.
Yeah.
All right, Nick,
People
what's
like
next?
to whine on social media.
What's the next meme?
You got 8 beams.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
all right.
Professor.
Your sword's looking a little short, sir.
Son of a bitch. I heard.
Ridiculous.
Mystery Guitarman.
Art thou blind, sir?
Yes.
Ha! Good one.
Nice
Why is
helmet.
it so funny?
Ho there, my lord. How's it going, pal? Greetings, my lord.
Oh Jesus! Holy shit, dude! All these knights are like Joey Ryan. They're so good with handling stuff with their penis. Oh. Oh Jesus! Oh.
No, no, no. I didn't mean to. You're terrible. Look, men, look how terrible he is. Why? You treacherous dog! You ain't nothing but a thunderheat bastard son of a— Silence, you hedge-born vagabond! I will strike thee down! Fight me, you worthless sack of—
That was a funny part. Stop it.
Stop! I have a
Those are
frying
funny.
pan. Wham! There, he's down. Gosh. All right, what's next? This one? Never not gonna be funny.
No.
Never not gonna be funny.
Meow.
Meow. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Meow. I could actually see him saying that. He could just be like,
Yeah.
he's like, and then
yeah.
of course the comet penetrates the atmosphere. Meow. I can hear him
It's very
say,
animated.
yeah.
Creative.
It's like, oh, you got a badass. Over
Actually,
there.
I remember him.
his
I remember
meme.
watching like a documentary where it was like that. You know, he's talking about a comet hitting Earth. And, you know, he's like, these things are moving at 10, 15 kilometers per second. You're not gonna hear it. You're not gonna see it. It's just gonna happen. Yeah.
Just dead.
And if you're, I think I don't know if it was him or another person, but it was basically like, you know, if you're anywhere within like the ability to actually see this thing is burning so hot through our atmosphere, it's just going to vaporize you pretty much as before it
Yeah,
makes impact.
actually, I can
Depends
see
on
it
the
now.
size of the asteroid.
I can see it now. Like someone hears it break the atmosphere, they look up, they're like, "Wow, that's really
and
bright."
turn to ash. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's
Instantly
really bright. Yeah.
vaporized.
Yeah.
It's moving a lot faster than the speed of sound, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll break the sound
hit-
barrier.
it'll hit before
It's
you
okay.
hear it.
The sonic shockwave that it makes through the air isn't going to be anything compared to the impact sound. But yeah,
or that unless it's like the size of like a pea or a pebble.
yeah.
Just
That's that's what I
penetrates your
did
brain,
like.
you're just like,
You know, generally Armageddon is kind of a more fun movie than Deep Impact, but that was always cool. Like that.
I
Well,
like
Deep
Armageddon.
Impact,
That's
dude.
what
like
hidden
2012.
I love it. Dude,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it was
2012 is a
silly
ridiculous
movie.
film.
It's a silly movie,
Well,
but
fucking hilarious. That minivan
When the-
fucking outrunning.
oh
that
yeah, the
damn-
volcanoes.
the volcano.
That shit
yeah,
was
the
cool
freaking
though.
Winnebago.
When as the fucking Earth is just being fucking
No, this thing on
Raise
Netflix,
up,
there's a
yeah.
guy that does horrible movies, and you literally have to sit and watch them. Like, we was watching this one
is he,
about
Ed
these
Wood?
stupid. Huh?
Is he Ed Wood?
I don't remember.
No, it's talking about
It
the
was
one
just
with the little
horrible movies,
robots
and they
with the
talk
robots.
about it while it shows the horrible
theater.
movie.
Oh, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that
MSTK
one that with
3000,
the
I love
Mars
those
or
guys.
whatever, or I don't know what it was.
It was the
It's a-
alien from.
Dude, it was weird.
Dude, my favorite one will always be the one with David Ryder of the many names of that's one y'all can send in if you're interested. The Many Names of David Ryder by Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Is that Solid Snake?
No,
Oh, okay.
David
Oh, yeah, I
Ryder. No, that's
remember
David
that part.
Hayter.
Okay.
David Ryder. David Ryder. It's actually a shitty
you
South
showed
African
that.
movie where he's like the big, tall, blonde-haired, buff superhero guy. You know, kind of like a shitty Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah, and he's just like, and
He beat me to
his
it.
name is David Ryder, and the guys, it was Mike Nelson and Corbett, and they made up all these like ultra macho names, like Punch Hard Steak, Slap Rock Groin, Beef, Heart, Strong Side Iron. And it's like
Irons.
Gristle McThornbody. It's like, and it's just it's like Dirk Hardpeck, Bob Johnson. Oh wait, sorry. And it's honestly some of the funniest shit ever. And
Monomarth has a song, and it's like, they called me Ironside. And it just breaks
there you go. All right, what's next, Nick?
One from Juggernaut.
Jugger.
Uni says less talk, more memes.
Then send him in, man. Oh, he did? Cool.
Yeah.
Anyone can cook.
Ratatouille.
Oh, Ratatouille.
Oh, what did we make it today?
Aw.
That's really cute.
That little rat
I
looks
love
so
rats.
confused.
It's cute.
Oh, he's
No, it's
happy.
cute.
All the
It's-
smells he's
That's definitely a pet
There's no
mouse
beef
or
That
a rat.
a pet rat, yeah, that has to be.
Not a mouse, sorry.
Oh man.
Look at those mouses.
Yeah.
Mice.
Look at all
Look at
those
those mouses.
chickens.
got. Look at all those
Dumbass
meats.
motherfucker.
Meese.
Well, why do they call geese geese, but moose is still moose?
It's all
You
about
can't say
it's all-
meese.
It's vowels.
It
So the
actually-
moose is not a meese?
No.
Yeah, it actually comes down to
The
the,
goose and
origin
geese, the
of
moose and
the
meese.
origin of how it got its name.
The
which
word.
There's
Well,
a comedian
some
that
animal
did
names
that.
come from Africa. Some of them come from Italy. Some are Latin. Some are Arabic. So I mean, our English language is a composite of almost every fucking
Yeah.
language.
Listen,
Well,
a moose.
so-
If there's a
well,
lot of moose, I'm gonna
You
say
think,
meese.
well, you think about Latin. Latin was the world language like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And then you had Old English, Norse, the barbarian languages, Saxony,
Icelandic.
German.
yeah, Icelandic. You had so many languages just throwing shit together. And you look at like what formed English in the first place, when
English is a fucking train wreck.
It
It's
is.
like Germanic
It
and
really is.
Norse
It's all
and
over the place.
Latin,
all,
Roman.
yeah, French, all just blended
Yeah, well,
into it.
no, I mean, because you look at what happened with actually there's a internet series called The History of English in 10 minutes. It's a 10-part thing that goes over like the origins of English when the Romans left and everything just came to be when everyone combined like the Latin that the Romans left behind and the Old English that the Northerners were speaking, like the Celts and the Jutes and all of them. And then eventually the Vikings came over, the Viking conquest, and they brought in Norse words. And then the biggest one, a lot of people say, is the Norman conquest, when the French invaded and took over England and brought over, I think, over like 2,000 words into the English language alone. And then Shakespeare, contrary to what history tells you or not, it's not 100% certain, but Shakespeare did add a shit ton of words himself that he invented, that to explain things that no one else could. And it's really weird how English came to be.
But what about sentences like "Who you be, Lit Fam Squad"?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the modern era. No, they tie that into the modern era. That's just like how lol has become.
That's
selfie has become a thing.
Whenever I see the phrase LOL, I always just think of it as lol.
Lit, woke. I mean, all this shit that you see nowadays, it comes from modern day internet
Raffle.
English.
Rafflecopter.
Raffle Mal. Yeah, and
it's not as delicious as a Tusami sandwich.
But there is one word. There is one word in the English language that has stayed true throughout the last 60, 70 years, ever since its invention, that has lasted, and people still use ad nauseum to describe something. You know what that is?
Fuck.
No. That one goes back even further, and that
Okay.
that one's changed meanings over time as well.
Okay.
It used to mean fornicate under the some say it used to mean fornicate under the command of the king. It comes back to Old English where they actually plucked the yew trees when shooting their bows, and the French actually hated that so much where they chopped off one of the fingers here, and they say, it's like, hey, look, Froggy, I can still pluck yews. And the PL got anglicized into F, and that's where we got fuck you. But history, it's sort of been lost to history how it all came to be. But one word that has remained true over the last 60, 70 years that people still use, cool. Cool. Because ever since that was invented in the jazz houses down in New Orleans in the 30s and 40s, it's lasted. It stood the test of time, and here we are in the modern day still saying it at regular rates. Whereas back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s, giving someone some hard dick meant, I kid you not, that I'm going to give you a stern talking to. It's like, actually, that's in a Marvel comic book. Like Captain America was sitting there talking about something, and then Iron Man comes along and said, "Sounds like Captain America needs some stiff dick."
Damn.
I kid you not. That's a real thing.
What we got next there, Nick?
Yeah, what's next, Nick?
That is hilarious.
Say that again.
Jugger.
Juggernautus.
Mr. Juggernugget? Oh, bruh. Oh, he dead. Well, no, they were
all his
pulling their
bros
hair.
are damn get away from me, dude. Don't know you no more.
Well, they were pulling these girls' hairs, and they get to the black girl, and he pulls her tracks out. And she turns around and
But she just owned him. Now he's a wuss.
well, no,
All his boys
dude,
are gonna leave
she
him.
knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
They're gonna laugh at that for years.
Here's the thing: I dated a black woman, and it's true.
She can knock you the fuck out.
No, well, her hair was not
He's
as
been
curly.
knocked out.
Her hair was naturally wavy.
Got you. I thought you meant she knocked you the fuck out.
No, she didn't knock me the fuck out. No. Well, she probably could have. I don't know, but she never got aggressive with me in that way. But I remember her having to help her brush her hair and put the solution in to make her hair straight. And I'm like, why do you do that? You don't have to do that. Your hair's beautiful. It was because I remember I grew my hair out. My hair went when it got to a certain point.
Yeah, when I first grow my hair out, it's like this. It grows out this way instead of that way.
Yeah, mine does too.
Then I get
mine does too, dude. I got the devil's curls.
I get the Justin Bieber stage for about 6 or 7 months, and I hate that stage because you have to constantly thin it to grow out. To
mine does the
look
fucking
retarded.
coconut head bullshit. So that's
mine's kind of like that too. That's why I just started.
I told her not to do that anymore, and she didn't have to for me or anything. And she said she did it to feel more normal, and I'm like, that's overrated. I told her it's overrated to feel normal, but
I'm weird and I'll claim it.
That was the one girl. That was the one girl that I was actually serious about, in a relationship, and then her dad fucking hated me for obvious reasons. Well, shit happens. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat there. All right, what's the next meme there, Nick?
This is
Union. Oh no, we're about to get a historical one, aren't we?
Union.
some Soviet propaganda.
Either that, or it's gonna be that Oh yeah,
Here it is.
Harlem North,
Poland.
Belgium and Europe, Belgium and the Congo, Belgium in World Wars.
Speed bump. Yeah.
Me, coughs on the anti-vax kid who bullied my friends. My
Oh, this is
Spanish
it a bit.
conquistadors and sisters. Pride. Chinese colonists. Get out. That's a twist.
That's a twist.
Being rich and donating your money to charities. Being a billionaire and spending your money on launching your car into space. Being the richest man to ever live and giving away so much gold that you destroyed the Egyptian government.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
That actually happened.
Hey,
An African
you don't
warlord
look
gave
so
away
good.
all of his money to
Farmer
Egypt,
from
and
the
that was
Middle
it.
Ages. Yes, I've got some black spots, but I hope to get well soon. Time traveler. Oh, you mean Black Death?
What?
Farmer.
What?
Canadian
I
high
What
school
in the world?
students.
About too fast.
Dear God, the Holocaust was awful. Good thing we've never had anything like that happen here. Canadian historians and politicians.
Yeah, totally.
Egyptian government exists. Mansa Musa.
Yep.
Some random Austrian guy gets shot. Gas mask manufacturing companies. Starts.
Ching.
Stunts.
Anybody starts a war. The Swiss. I'd like.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd like to
Me and Mom
withdraw.
both. Oh.
I'd like to turn in my resignation. The Swiss are always like that.
Yeah,
Swiss-
but at the same time, it's like they like to stay out of everything, but they also are prepared for anybody to come fuck with them.
Well, dude,
because
they
What
well,
about
yeah,
that
dude.
Swiss cheese?
they
man?
got
Well,
they're
Swiss
just
cheese.
they live
That's
their
good.
country is basically a fortress.
It
It's
is
the Alps.
It is, and they honestly don't care about people coming in or out and anything like that, as long as you don't start shit. You start shit, you get kicked the hell out.
And they've got, I mean, they're similar to the U.S. Man, they got some pretty. I mean, everybody owns a gun.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Hey, and guess what?
So-
They're the safest country in Europe.
Yeah.
How about that shit?
So you get the Switzerland, and then you get Sweden, and then a lot of people
Confuse the
confuse
two.
the two.
Actually, that.
Which that's a whole thing on that one because I'm not educated on my geography.
well, just think about this.
France, Germany, Switzerland's between that
Yeah,
and Italy and stuff.
Switzerland is
Sweden's
landlocked.
way up
Way
here
up in
Sweden
across
is the
water.
north is near the polar ice
Scandinavia.
is near the North
Yeah,
Pole.
okay.
That's Vikings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So, and they're
just
two
think-
total different
Yeah.
cultures, right?
Yeah.
just think
Okay.
Swiss. Just think about this. Switzerland landlocked. Sweden is pretty much an island with Norway.
Yeah.
They share an island. They
So
share an island.
It's
I
part
mean,
of Scandinavia.
Scandinavia is not an island. It's basically
So-
it's
Well,
it's a long
it
peninsula.
pretty much is an island. I mean, yeah. Try telling
It's-
that to the Finns.
It's the
No,
penis of
I know
Europe.
this is gonna sound like a dumb question. Is Iceland and Greenland part of Scandinavia?
Iceland is technically Iceland is considered one of the Nordic countries. Greenland, where it's not as occupied, it's still part of the Danish kingdom,
Okay.
but it's not technically a Nordic country. There are people who live there and everything, but Iceland, where it was predominantly settled by Vikings and is like a
Yeah.
very beautiful country.
Well, in the making of Game of Thrones, or not Game of Thrones, God of War.
Yeah, oh yeah, you saw
God of
Raising
War,
Kratos
So
Yeah.
on Raising Kratos, they were talking about how it was the closest
to the Viking languages.
still functioning tongue that was closest to the Viking era.
Yeah, they
And
actually
so
got a lot of.
Norse.
Bear McCreary went up there and recorded their chorus.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
I
them
mean, it
doing
was
chorus. That
crazy.
was
But
awesome.
just the way they talk with their accent was just
Oh,
so
yeah.
Viking-ish.
I know,
Yeah.
I love
Their
it too.
their
Dude.
words have way too many consonants. Like the ratio for consonants to
I
vowels
will go to
is
Switzerland.
completely disproportional.
well,
Yeah, it's crazy.
actually, if there's actually a Vice article about it's called "The Giants of Iceland," where
Okay.
it literally shows all of the strong men that are in Iceland because of Viking
Oh,
ancestry.
Game
Yeah.
of Thrones. The
The
mountain.
mountain.
He's from there.
Hafthor Bjornsson. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He's one of the coolest dudes.
dude. He's like a giant kid. He's like a
Yeah,
6'10"
monster
kid.
of a kid, yeah.
But
Yeah.
he had a heart. You can tell he did.
Yeah. And have you seen his wife? His wife
Yeah,
is like your
actually, yeah,
size.
I know.
She's like his size.
She's little.
She's like her size.
This is
and then
him,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then this is
she-
her.
she's
Like,
like-
comes up to his knees.
Well, she's really short, and he's like, what? He's
6'10" almost.
He's the strongest man in the world. He's broke that record a bit, but is he the largest man in the world?
No, by no means
No,
is
I
he
didn't-
the
I didn't
largest
think
man in
so.
the world.
He was the
Largest.
largest.
Man in the world, actually, I think there's
that
actually.
would mean large. I mean,
Yeah, how do you define large?
tall.
Like tall?
well,
or
in terms of height
muscular?
and mass, he's 400 plus pounds.
Yeah.
Whereas the largest male athlete in the world at the time was Andre the Giant, and then it went to Paul White, aka the Big Show,
So
and then
they
the
said-
Great Khali.
They said in UFC when Brock Lesnar fought not Mir.
Alistair Overeem.
Overeem. They said that was the most weight they had ever had in the
Yes,
octagon.
because both those guys were 265.
Yeah.
God.
Both those guys were they're both 6'3"
I thought
and 265.
Lesnar was above the point to where it was like
He was.
300.
Well,
something.
Brock
Was there no
whenever
limit?
he's training,
Yeah,
Brock,
they said in the extreme heavyweight there was no cap.
no, there isn't.
So,
But
okay.
UFC doesn't have an extreme heavyweight
Okay.
division. They only have a heavyweight,
Oh,
which
okay.
the upper limit is 265, which some fighters have a hard time reaching that. The one that has the hardest time is Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt
Okay.
is this short, sturdy built Samoan dude from
Is it
Australia
kinda
and New
like
Zealand.
Butterbean?
Oh, dude.
'Cause
He's
I know
thicker. He's
Butterbean
thicker and
wasn't-
tougher than Butterbean.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, because Mark Hunt, this guy got hit by everything.
You talking
in
about
the-
UFC?
Yeah, he got
Oh, dude.
hit by everything except for the kitchen sink. Even into his 40s, you couldn't knock him out.
Oh yeah, Butterbean was really just a one-trick pony, man.
Well,
He
yeah,
just swing
4
for the
rounds,
fences, and if he
dude.
hits
4
you-
rounds, he was unbeatable.
Yeah.
Well, whereas Mark Hunt, the thing with Mark Hunt as well, he has these huge legs. They're like this big around all the way down, and he is just a monster.
Yeah.
Like you try and take him down, it's like trying to tackle a golem. It's like trying to tackle a literal stone golem. You can't do it, and he knocks out guys who are like 6'9", 7 feet. Like Stephen Struve, the tallest UFC fighter ever, was 7 feet tall. Mark Hunt ran up to him and just wham, left hook across the jaw and broke his jaw.
Damn.
And I'd never in my life seen anybody with as much power and as much
Yeah.
durability as Mark Hunt.
Who we got next, Nick?
That's all.
Sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah,
What's
sorry.
next?
It's from Anomalous.
Anomalous.
Welcome
Thank you
to
very
the
much,
Ramble,
Anomalous.
guys. We like to ramble.
What's the meme? Seven and 2. Oh shit. What am I looking at?
When you animate on LSD.
I have returned to the grave.
Press F to pay respects.
F in chat.
I see that all the time.
F in chat for Rip.
We started doing that in Overwatch too. It was kind of funny, but where did that come from?
From Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, after the first mission, like you as the main character, your buddy gets killed in combat, and so that following the first mission, you're at the funeral, and like you walk up to the casket. You're a Marine.
Wow.
You walk up to the casket and says, "Press F to pay respects," like the use button.
okay.
We do it
Press F to
randomly.
pay
We'll be
respects.
putting like
So
F in
literally, your
chat for
character
the
goes,
Symmetric.
This is a handle the coffin.
Yep.
You turn around and walk away.
F in chat.
We had a 6-stack the other day, and what was it? Yeah, you were in chat too. We just invited somebody, or I guess he got let
And
into the group.
that was me. They was blaming me.
And the spot was already taken, unfortunately. So she just invites him. It was like, "Oh, hello," and then she just kicks him right away. I can't remember what his name was, but it was like F in chat for who.
I know.
Guys,
Yeah.
thank you.
Bad
You
enough.
finally made my day. I
Yeah,
found
yeah.
a party I can play.
I'd have just messaged him like,
Aw,
"Sorry, dude."
bye.
Sorry, dude. We have a full 6.
Well, I already played with them for a long time,
Yeah,
so
it was a lot.
I was like, sorry,
well,
man.
I had probably one of the weirdest and nicest ways someone ever kicked me out of a party. It was when I was playing Gears of War with my friend from the UK, Nemesis. This is before we were friends, actually. I come into the game at random, and we're all talking, and we hit it off. We do really well. But his friend logs on, and he hasn't played with his friend in a long time. And he was like, "Nate, look, mate, you're really cool, but I just really need to ask you real quick, mate. Can you kindly fuck off for a few rounds?" I'm like he was
British people say that nicely. Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't mean up. When that's
Yeah,
like
I know,
fuck
I know.
off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if
And
they're
at fir-
angry.
and
They
it-
sound nice.
They're way more blasé when it comes to
They
swearing.
don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
yell.
Yeah.
Like
Well, me,
I
I
don't
don't-
even hear a raised
I didn't
voice.
care.
They're just like
Oh, yeah.
a
I didn't
perfect-
care, and I
I
was
do
just
that
like,
sometimes
sure.
if I ain't played
I
with
was
a
like,
friend
sure,
in a long
man.
time, or like if I'm at work and I meet somebody new like Nick, whatever, and I was just like not you Nick, the other Nick, but I was like, hey man, come play with us anytime if you want to play, and he was like, oh, I'm thinking about buying it tonight, I'll get on. So he just bought the game, so I wanted to play with him. But yeah, unfortunately, that meant I have to kind of kick somebody else. I mean, that's the thing that sucks about having a 6v6.
Well,
So, like,
especially if they've just bought the game and they have
now
no
in
idea
Halo,
how
there's the
they're
option
gonna
of like big team battle. I could imagine big team battle in Overwatch. Oh my god,
Dude, it'd be insane.
that'd be insane.
Yeah.
Like,
first
everybody
first
has
team to like
the
100
same
kills,
character.
and it's like, or 200 kills, and it's like a team of like 15 or 20.
How many characters? There's like 30 characters, right? So
31 with
31.
Sigma.
So you have like 30 or 31 versus 31.
Oh my god.
No, even in Halo, the maps were so big, and the vehicles became such a problem because if you controlled the vehicles, you pretty much controlled the game.
Yeah.
True.
There's no
very
way
true.
to come
You
back.
get
from that.
like for me in a Banshee, dude, I could just
yeah,
fucking
stay in a Banshee and
Yeah,
stay
you
alive.
Stay in a
and never
Banshee
die.
or a Falcon.
especially once
flying up above.
they took away like the lock-on
Yeah,
missiles and
because
stuff.
once you get the Banshee, you fly over and you go over to where the rockets are at. Make sure those nobody gets those.
I always saw people
you know?
play in that game like they would try and ram people. I never got that. Like, dude, you're just asking to get fucking
you're asking to
hijacked.
get hijacked.
I'm pretty conservative with it. I just shoot my fusion rockets.
I remember fails of the week.
I
I
used
went
to watch
back.
that for
I
Halo
went
Reach
back
all
and
the time.
watched so many like fails of the week with Achievement Hunter. I actually remember when they stopped doing it. I was like, oh,
I watched every episode for Halo Reach.
oh yeah,
All the
Yeah.
fails of the week for Halo Reach. I was crying at some of those.
oh yeah.
Dude, I've never in my fucking life laughed so hard. I see this team going at it, and
Oh, I love watching them
he
too.
throws a fucking plasma grenade, right?
Rip to the whole team.
It misses the fucking enemy, latches on to his ally's face. The ally goes up the chute with the rest of his team and then blows the whole team.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude,
I
I
remember
was
that.
cracking
Dude,
up.
there was actually
I
some
love
of them,
game.
some of them that
I
were
love
so
game
perfect.
stuff like that.
That-
Game funnies is the best.
There was some of them that were so perfect. I actually wrote like little red versus blue dialogue with it because there was one where it was this red hopping down from the top of the spire. He like just got an epic kill up top with he did an assassination.
Suck it,
on someone,
Blue.
turned around and shot someone with a shotgun and ran down and hopped off the spire and hit the little exhaust vent that you can hit to keep you from dying whenever you fall. And he lands. And he whenever he lands from the exhaust vent, a blue comes by in a ghost and just runs him over. And
Sorry.
like all of a sudden, no, that's what I did. I was just like,
Tucker did it.
Like all of a sudden, you just see like on the ground, you see Caboose. He's just like, this alien car is amazing. I love this alien car. And then you see up top, you see Sarge just doing business. He's like, coming down, Caboose. I need a lift out of here. And then he gets off the exhaust vent. He's like, Caboose, I'm gonna need you to. And then all of a sudden you see Caboose like stopping. He's like, that was not my fault. The alien car did it. It has a mind of its own.
Now
Yeah.
I gotta go watch through RVB again.
Oh God, what have I done?
Yeah.
There's another one where like the Warthog is running, right? This guy comes up and hijacks it, right? The whole car, and there's like 3 people in it. All right, he goes up to hijack it. Well, he runs the fucking car right around the edge of this cliff, and a ghost comes out of nowhere and rams them off. They all fall off, right?
Yeah.
Then one guy out of the fucking like you just see on screen like the car just went down and blew up. You don't even see it, and then you just see one person come back with a little jetpack, comes drive back up.
That's funny.
That is
That's
funny.
good.
But the sad part is, as soon as he gets up there, he gets sniped in the head.
Nice.
Chat,
Aw.
send some funny
Oh, God.
gameplay.
Yeah, if you want to send some fails of the week to us, I mean,
I
from
I want to
Achievement Hunter.
laugh.
Nah, we
from,
get
yeah,
I've
from
watched
Rooster
a lot
Teeth.
of the Overwatch fails. Those
Yeah,
are fucking
dude.
hilarious
Oh.
too.
Dude,
I remember the
We
PUBG ones that
experienced
were
them
popular for some
ourselves.
time. I remember the PUBG ones, dude. Those were hilarious.
oh no, you know what I did the other day?
What'd you do?
I
the
am
other
not
day?
even kidding you. I went to sleep a hog, and the Genji went to, or no, it was a Genji. Yeah, that's what it was. He reflected it, and here comes my friend walking right in front of me. Got him. I slept my own teammate. How in the world did I even know? Like, he did it perfect timing too, and it was like, jing, ting. And then I slept him, and then I killed the Genji, and he was like, "Oh, that makes up for you sleeping me." I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
It happens.
Nah, we'll
All
get
right.
next.
What's the next meme there, Nick?
Nothing beats the diva bomb though.
Woo!
Hey,
Ariel.
Thank you, Ariel.
Thank you.
Check it out. Okay. You want to talk about a talented person, Jules?
Zelda.
Jazzy.
Get on them drums, girl. Yeah. Ah. All right, Jules. Show them what's up.
Traded the bass for it.
Talented musicians all around, man.
That's where the benefit of being a generalist is.
Well, it's a benefit to be able to play multiple instruments.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
love
really
to have
fun.
learned how to play drums when I was a kid. When I was able to absorb the shit a lot faster. Now it would take me forever to
It's harder
learn.
to do as an adult to
Yeah.
learn an instrument and stuff. It's as a kid, it's a lot easier because you had more time for one.
Yeah.
Two, I was obsessed.
Neuroplasticity,
I was
dude.
obsessed with like being a rock star when I was a kid. I want to be like Zach Wild and shit. So I was just constantly.
Well, yeah. I mean,
8
when
to
your
12 hours a day, it was
when
like
your
crazy.
neuroplasticity is at its highest is like between the ages of, I think, 8 and 15.
Yeah,
And whatever you learn during that time is
that's typically your
yeah.
musical taste too.
Yeah, and you get to where you're musically you can learn anything at that point. And if you have a parent who's willing to teach you stuff, like me, if I ever have a kid between the ages of 8 and 15, I'm gonna see present them with instruments and stuff, see if they have a natural
And
predilection
that's how
for
my
it.
brother started
Yeah,
too. Because he was seeing me
it also sucks too because that's right around the time when kids are always fucking rebellious and stuff. That's where
Exactly.
you don't want to
That's-
listen to people.
It's
what they
because
tell
their
you to do,
brain. It's
so-
because the brain at that point, it's pretty much a sponge, and
Yeah.
it doesn't know what to absorb, and it's looking for shit to absorb,
Yeah.
and it thinks that the stuff that your parents are going to give you is going to be boring, plain,
See,
same
like-
old stuff.
like these days, I love watching all kinds of educational stuff on YouTube. I wish I had that.
Oh
driving
God.
those
Oh,
videos.
yeah, as a
Always-
kid.
I would've had
always
it
that
too
ever
when I was
present
8 years
regret.
old.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'd never stop watching stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I would've
absorbing
constantly done that
information,
stuff, you
yeah.
know? But I mean, it takes hands-on stuff too. A lot of people just sit there and watch stuff and not actually practice it. And you got to do a good mixture of both.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
you know, I would say 75% practicing. You know, the rest of it you need to be sitting there.
Absorbing.
learning and absorbing, and
Yeah.
also, you know, it's like I tell metal musicians all the time. They get into metal, start reach out and learn other genres too.
Yeah.
Because the more genres you learn, the better well-rounded
I just
you're gonna be.
noticed you put the Hammonds thing on there.
That's yeah, the
Dun,
dramatic
dun.
dramatic chipmunk is what I
Yeah, I was
originally had.
like, that sounds familiar.
No,
We got
that-
next
you gotta get the
that audio
glasses.
track was actually way older than.
Yeah, that's
I
like
know
a long
this.
time
It's
ago.
just
It's like
the fact
Godzilla
that
shit or
I
something,
know
guess.
this is popular
Yeah, I
by
don't really
the
know the origins, but
Hammonds.
it's probably like 1930s or 40s.
Yeah. All right. What's the next meme, Nick?
This one's from shit, hang on, my
That
headphones
was
got
sort
stuck
of
in
a
the chair.
mysterious sound.
Yeah,
back
that
in the day,
happens.
though.
Yeah, I'm not
Like
sure.
a mysterious.
Oh, I forgot to give you my chair to let you use it. Sorry.
This one's from that one.
This goes on way too long.
Yeah. I tried to.
I love this song. It's my favorite one.
Walking away. Oh no.
No. No. Why kill such great music? Let's sing it the right way.
No, listen.
Take on me.
Listen.
Take on me. Take me out. Take on me. Oh.
Yeah, see, my voice doesn't
Oh,
even know
that's
those octaves. Like, it
awful.
could never get that fucking.
Damn, we got a jungle of music going.
I gotta show Ron this.
That was actually
Okay,
funny.
now it's
That
actually
was-
like he's playing with a theremin.
That's a.
You know that thing that oscillator.
Yeah.
That, oh no, that's what that is. You're just taking the pitch and you're moving it up.
Yeah.
Like, up.
This is how not to do auto tune.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, I was not expecting the tea kettle. I was not expecting the tea kettle there. Okay.
Get next.
What's next?
Roger. Last donation from me. Please could you give the full trailer I'm sitting to watch? It's really freaking good.
Oh yeah.
Which is
Be
it?
the judge of that.
What is it?
Frostpunk.
Frostpunk. Oh, wait, I think I've heard about this.
Is this the official trailer?
We roam the still, cold world.
Sounds like Josh Brolin.
Eyes on insight.
Oh, I see.
Stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for always, no matter wealth or class. We lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained, came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks.
What is that?
Frostpunk.
Oh.
That's what I think it is. I think I've seen that. It's one of those games that looks like something completely outside of WoW. Like
Frostpunk.
I was thinking, it reminded me of the movie, that Snowpiercer.
Yeah, I remember that.
Why are they making another one of those? Is it
I
a
don't
TV
know.
show?
I don't know.
It was such a dumb concept.
Well, Snowpiercer, I thought it was a
No,
cool concept.
Snowpiercer
No.
was a good movie. I
I
liked it.
enjoyed
I
it.
thought you
I thought it was
said
a cool
kisser.
concept.
It was a good
Snowpiercer,
movie.
yeah.
It was a dumb concept. This train is gonna
I
fucking
didn't
drive.
like the ending
Yellow.
of it, but I thought it was a...
I don't know. Anyway, I didn't know how it happened. It was weird, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a movie that needs to be rehashed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Clinton played this on stream while he was at the house.
Which one?
Or I guess they're making a TV show.
Maybe. He might have.
It looks interesting.
Is the first
Yeah, I could be
society
surprised,
survival
but-
game. As the ruler of the last city on Earth, it is your duty to manage both its citizens and its infrastructure. What decisions will you make to ensure your society's survival? What will you do when pushed to breaking to the? What will you do when pushed
Oh, I
to
know.
breaking point?
I know. Launch nukes to bring the temperature of the Earth back up. Good night, everybody.
I don't think that's how that
It's like
works.
a
I know.
type thing, like top-down management, something like that.
Okay. Fair enough.
You need to be able to absorb bodies of black body radiation to reproduce heat. If you can do that, that means you can harness the power of the sun's heat.
Just
That
do
would be
it.
about the only thing. It's kind of like solar power, except it works in the opposite.
Do what they
turns solar into heat, pretty
Yeah.
much. And
do what they do in 15 million tickets in Black Mirror. Just have everybody fucking pedaling on bicycles.
Yeah, just everybody's got us.
Yeah, sort of like that Rick and Morty episode with the with him doing like the little it's like a stepping stool thing that provides people with power, but like 40% of the power goes to the people, whereas the rest of it goes to powering the battery of his car. It's like a miniature universe he created within his car just so it could be the battery to his car to start up. And eventually he's just like, battery's not working. Wonder why. All right, let me go check on these guys. Goes in as an alien, and he's like, hey guys, what's up? He just starts doing this, and he's like, hey, Morty, I told him it means peace among worlds. Do it. They love this shit.
That was great.
Yeah. It's one of the funnier episodes, and Stephen Colbert guests as one of the people in the miniverse that he talks to. It's actually a really, really funny episode.
All right, what we got next?
All right, what's next?
Nick.
Nick.
Give me a second.
Okay.
It sounded like you were talking really quietly.
Okay.
There's Anomalous.
Anomalous. Thank you, Anomalous.
I don't know if you've seen the, I guess, that trailer for the, it's like a Chinese-made film where basically they put,
The 80s drums.
that music almost is in like tandem with it.
I like the Barbie music in the background. It's so fruity.
If Team Fortress 2 was a Korean musical. Yeah.
Source filmmaker.
So, have you heard anything about Beyond Good and Evil 2?
No, I have not
I
actually.
mean, I saw like an E3 trailer for like a year or so. Yeah.
1,000
Year or
years?
two ago.
Ouch.
Yeah. You know, the last one that
1,000
came out
years.
was on like the original Xbox,
never
and that
played that,
cinematic that they showed for
The
it
op-
was just
yeah.
jaw-dropping good. I was like, God, I don't even know anything about this game, so I went back and started researching. Turned out, Beyond Good and Evil was actually a damn good game.
Yeah, it was.
Just you know, it's a little old now, outdated, but pretty damn good game, and I'm excited to see.
I feel like I should see that every
this
time
looks like.
I hear it. Like I want to see the Hammond's face.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if
Well, if you were watching the stream, you would see it up in the top
any of
left-hand
you guys seen
corner.
like a trailer for
Really?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Send another one.
Oh, Jesus.
I
Well,
don't-
it's randomized, so it probably won't pop up again.
I don't know exactly what it's called. It's like Space Shuttle Earth or something. It's some Chinese film. Basically, they basically build these massive rockets on Earth to like propel it out of the solar system because I guess the sun is dying or some shit.
Oh,
And
that's stupid.
yeah, it looks. And it looks good for a Chinese film, so I'll give them that. But
Yeah, leave it to the Chinese not understand physics.
it's a silly movie. But they did also make the live action Attack on Titan.
I should take physics right now in school.
Well,
It's not fun. I like physics.
It's important though.
Good
you
God.
like
I wish
physics,
I
you
would've
just don't
paid more
love
attention to it.
physics.
Yeah, like when you sit there and do these equations all day, like.
All right. Well, what's the next meme, Nick?
Actually, I have no idea because Ariel donated $5 and told me to pick again, and I have.
Oh, I know. Play Achievement Hunter Fails of the Week Volume 1.
I was gonna say.
And it's
Kitchen
Fails
Gun.
of the Week WEAK Volume 1.
Yeah. So, looking at getting into Halo says it comes back out for PC,
Yeah.
and
I'm up for that.
It's gonna be a new console, right? Next generation.
No, we're talking about for PC.
No, no.
okay,
Fails
yeah.
of the
Basically,
Week
Halo
Sounds good to
Reach
me.
is coming.
WEAK.
If you own it, like if you own the Master Chief Collection, do you already basically you have access to it on PC?
Let's see. Let me see. Hold on.
You know, like
Say again?
if
Sorry.
if you have like if you already own the Master Chief Collection, do you basically already have access to it on PC?
Don't think it works that way.
You have to buy it again.
Unfortunately, you probably have to buy it again. It's Master Chief Collection, and then the collection for PC also comes with the Reach too, whereas the other one doesn't. And I'm pretty excited to play Reach again because I mean, Reach was pretty fucking killer online.
Yeah, I know. Like when I got
I
my
can't wait to
Xbox-
play Reach again. Like I've been wanting
That's
to.
the best
Roan,
one online. If you have
you have an Xbox.
Yeah, let's play it. Fucking come over. But
So-
I with Reach,
Sometime
when I
like
first
next
got my
weekend
Xbox
or
One,
something.
it automatically identified. It automatically
Jack.
identified that I
And
had Reach on 360, so it basically allowed me to just
It might.
download it. So I have
Here
Reach
we
as
go.
well,
First
so-
episode of Fails of the
Absolutely.
Week. Volume 1. God, this brings back memories.
This one, this Halo Reach?
Yep.
Yes.
No way.
What's up, guys? It is Jack and Jeff from AchievementHunter.com. We are doing something new. We are doing Fails
Of the Week. Volume
Yeah,
1.
Good.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Volume 1. Here we go. So this is Raven2751 playing campaign, and that AI elite decided you wanted to go. You wanted to join the Polar Bear Club.
To be fair to the elite, he probably had a lot on his mind. His wife was probably calling him, telling him to pick up some food nipples on the way home from work, that kind of stuff. Down to the ground. So here we go. This is Cool Trainer West. This
I love
one's a
that
little bit
gun.
confusing. So he chucks a couple of sticky grenades there, runs, jumps in the spire, flies all the way up to the top.
I like this guy. He's charging his pistol. He's
Mhm.
ready for action.
You can't hear it, but it's actually a suicide. So
Man.
this took some research and some forensics.
Pow.
So he chucks two
Forensics.
grenades there. The first one blows up and
Sends
launches the second one into the lift there. That goes all the way up to the top, and here we are in the top of the spire. Some stuff flying out, and wait for it. There's his grenade. Bounces over, goes down, back up, and there he is.
Pow.
Wow.
Now that is unreal.
That's awesome.
So here we go. This is the Beetle dude. He
I love these guys' names.
he's some unfortunate spawning there. So
Oh,
he's a
shotgun.
to the face.
Right.
Just
And,
got
taking
shotgun.
your time off, waiting to respawn. Oh, look at that. Hey, that's the guy who shotgunned him in the face.
Just get a two-piece.
So,
Have a
this is
two-piece.
unfortunate. There he goes, pops him once. Follows
Jump.
guy, go doo-doo, jumps over.
It was a good day for red team, though.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. The glory days, dude.
And we need to have a LAN party.
We do.
Have a old
LAN
school
party.
LAN party.
LAN party.
I mean,
Nerds only.
Sounds good to me.
I'm cool with pretty much any of the Halos. I prefer Reach or like Halo
Reach
2 or
is the
something, but,
best one, I think.
I mean,
Controls
my
and everything.
favorite was Halo 2, but that was just because it was the first online Halo spectacular.
Yeah, I get
Spectacle.
that.
It was crazy. But Reach, I think, had it perfected on the multiplayer pretty good.
They did. They
Except
did.
for the armor lock and shit. But then again, I always played like Slayer Pro and Classic Slayer and stuff like that.
No
power
bullshit. No battlements. Yeah.
ups. Just play Halo.
All right. What's next, Nick?
Freelancer Dan sent this. Could you do a reaction to Funhouse on this show?
Oh,
Funhouse?
dude. Yeah. Funhouse is the shit. I love Funhouse. It's another version. It's another group under Achievement Hunt or under.
Someone sent me a video the other day of a
Such
bunch
a-
of clips of Malibu from American Gladiators.
Mm-hmm.
He's the perfect man.
Wait, Malibu was a male gladiator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a surfer. Well, Malibu is named after the Samoan god of pecs.
You're making that up.
Look at him. He's great. Look at that bottom right picture.
Why is it
Look at that.
Malibu gets owned?
Because he gets kicked in the face.
Whose child is
That's
that?
Laser. Okay, Laser,
Why do you know the
Gemini,
names? Ugh.
Malibu,
Gosh, that's so
and a
sad.
child.
Yeah, which child did that gladiator grow up to be? This is Malibu today? Malibu today? Malibu today?
No.
No, that can't be right.
No, no, Malibu, no!
I mean,
Dave.
No. You see what his shirt said?
No.
Keep calm and call Batman.
What a dad.
Taking a little
Oh,
brewski,
James.
holding on a beautiful babe.
He's even standing the right way so his abs reflect the face.
These are your idols.
Shit!
These are the men you aspire to be.
There's one thing in this world that I hate more than someone who isn't ripped.
Okay.
It's someone who was, who lets it all slip away.
Good night, sweet prince.
That's cool
Who the
too.
fuck is that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it sounded like a game.
At least it interrupted us. We have a live director now who goes,
Yeah, the bit's over. Move on to the game. Yeah. Funhouse, they do some really funny shit. Bruce and his laugh, I swear, there have been so many times he's gone into a laughing fit, and they sync it up with like a police car running down the street or going down the street because his laugh is like. It's weird how he laughs. He doesn't have to do that. He just
But they
naturally
can't
does
breathe.
that. Yeah, he can't breathe. And then of course there's James, who literally to me had one of the best online comebacks. You know, every time you run into one of those kids on Xbox Live or something, it's just like, hey, does your mom know that I'm sleeping with her? And then all of a sudden James comes in with just like, does your mom know that you're playing with a sexual predator right now? And the kids shut the hell up and got off the game.
That was funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Get your
Yeah,
ass
what you got next?
children. I shall kidnap you. Put
All
you
right,
in my
what's
basement.
next?
This is from Sword
Free candy.
Joe.
Joe, bro.
How many do we have left?
4? Okay. Not bad, not bad. Not bad.
I'm hungry.
This is the power the legendary Zarshan have. I admit, it's every bit of the rumour says you are. But don't get ahead of yourself. Just because you have a giant butter knife for a weapon, your long moustache, rusty metal, fidget wing, judo loving mutt, me and the partner are still raring to fight. If you want to go, let's have a go, Fido. This is your northern style. Gallo style. Canto style. It from the old country, Galler style.
What accent is this?
Scottish.
Because I know, but it sounds
Definitely
like
very mean.
it sounds like there's like 8 different accents in it.
Do what?
Sounds like there's a little bit of like Creole and Irish and like fucking Swedish in there. Sounds pretty cool.
What are you
though.
talking about
Yeah.
there, you juggernaut bastard? I'll come in there and I'll wreck your life. You'll not hit your left or right. The side of your head will be busted open and be bleeding out like the River Nile. Yeah, it'll fill the blood with the infidels and all that shite. Scottish. You know, there's a movie out there that a lot of people consider like the Scottish, like Hamlet or like Scottish Star Wars. Train Spotting. You ever seen it?
Never have.
Jesus Christ.
Never heard of it.
It's one of Danny Boyle's first films, and it's honestly like a love letter and a bit of a hate mail. Nick thought it was funny.
I just saw Chad change his name on Discord to Hat Guy.
That's Chad. That's Chad.
Isn't that his name, the Hat Guy?
Because that's all the people who don't like what he had to say in that one video called him. It was like, the Hat Guy needs to shut the fuck up. And Chad's just like, okay, I'm the Hat Guy now. So, yeah. That's going to be it. I'm the Hat Guy. So, anyway, and it's pretty much about these five young guys living in Scotland, and 4 of them are smackheads. And what I mean by that is heroin.
Okay.
Heavy hits of heroin.
You smackhead.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of shit that happens, man. That's actually very disheartening. There's one scene I swear I will never forget it the rest of my life. It involves No, I don't want to spoil it, just in case y'all get to see it. I don't want to spoil it. All I will say is, prepared to see some messed up shit.
All right.
If you watch that film.
Next meme?
Go next, Nick.
Next meme.
This one is another from Jugger. It says y'all really need to react to Scotty 407 videos.
Oh yeah, 4-0, yeah.
His girlfriend Chrissy is also the best thing to ever exist.
407. That Vanos and all them. Vanos and Mini Lad, they play games with him a lot.
Some of the best finds, because mine's now. Fine and chill. That was the wave. Just stop that. Yeah. Let's get ready to rumble. Face is the biggest fuck. I can tell you that right now. Roy.
Shut up. No.
Kelly Collin, run in here, come get your juice.
Yeah. Ken Colin, come on here and get your juice. Wow.
My girlfriend.
Shut up.
Marlene, your speaker's so good. Okay, wait, the name of my trial is like improv. Oh my god, why can't you get the fucking talking?
I'm a giraffe. It's Pikachu. Fuck. Yeah.
That looks like a fucking switch. Did you realize you had the
Calculator
app open? You deadass didn't even realize you had the calculator app open?
I didn't see what was on the screen. I just saw one.
calculator.
It was a calculator.
Well, if it says 1, obviously it's a calculator.
I didn't see that. I just see a white.
You said you seen a 1.
I did not.
You did.
I never.
We got it on recording.
I might have.
I am going to prove.
I did not see such calculator app.
You can come back later and see if see that. I mean, it'll be near the end of the podcast.
Chat. He
Next.
said 1, didn't he? I'm just kidding.
From Giorno Piano.
Thank you, Giorno.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this.
All right. Oh, the Exodia. Yeah, that's.
Is that like catching the snitch in Harry Potter?
Yeah, assembling Exodia. If you have an Exodia deck and you assemble Exodia, you win.
Pretty much.
And the other joke is apparently JoJo seems to have these things that happen every time somebody's about to get their shit pushed in. I guess in the newest season,
That music kicks in.
Piano music. So it used to be in like the second series, he'd be like, and next you're going to say this, and he would just say what they're about to say, and then they would say it, and then they'd be like, oh, and then they get their ass kicked. Because he always like 2 moves ahead.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one, Nick?
You have to dance every time you hear this. There goes the head bob.
This one's from not James.
Okay. Damn.
So this TikTok got this strike and got the ban.
What the fuck?
What just happened?
That was a TikTok.
What did you think was gonna happen? Like, I don't see the problem here. You don't see the
Slap
problem.
to the face.
The problem is the guy. I don't see the problem. Look at part.
She brought a knife to a gunfight. It's her fault.
She brought a flip-flop to a gunfight.
Oh, flip-flop to a gunfight, yeah. So, look, honestly, it's not advocating for violence against women. It's a stupid video.
Yeah.
If you're advocating
It's
for
funny.
violence against women, then you'd post a video saying, I want every man to go out right now and slap the nearest woman to them. Why? Because misogyny. That's violence against women. Exactly. Whereas that's just a stupid joke. People who take shit way too seriously nowadays, man.
Little butt hurt. Little butt hurt.
No, the person who banned them's a little butthurt.
I think it's funny because one of my favorite channels, Spectre Media Group, he actually does a separate video thing called Butthurt of the Week, and he takes all the commenters that comment bullshit and puts them right on there and just basically just
Be like, hey,
roast the
you.
shit out of them. It's
Fuck
fun.
you.
People will report dumbass comments and friends, and they just tag him onto that shit, and it basically
there
fills
are
up his
plenty
channel
of fucking snowflakes.
When,
I mean, he's the type
when
of guy that
people
tells it
write
like
him
it
though,
is,
this
man.
is their thing.
People
They
too
say
easily
fuck you.
offended.
Oh yeah, that's how you pay your respects at the end of writing him. It's like, oh yeah, also fuck you, Glenn. Like,
And he's like, fuck you too.
He's like, fuck
You
you
too.
too.
All right,
just
what's
so
next,
cool.
Nick?
Jiggly Panda.
Okay. All right, Jiggly Panda, what you got for us?
Hey, congrats, man. That's awesome. Little girls, they're pretty fun. Whoa. Yeah,
Whoa!
that'd be really creepy. Oh, I thought I was muted. Little girls, aren't we? Well,
that weird. I was just talking to myself.
From previous, it's like the ending of the Jinx.
Little girls are a lot of fun.
Knock knock, FBI.
Alright, please don't put that out of context.
I just realized
That's funny.
Oh my god, am I gonna have to rip that from the stream?
No.
And start recording. Okay.
Oh,
That's going in the video. That's going well in the video.
With some context, please. Somebody click that shit. That was too good.
Thanks for the
Don't want
$20.
my career ruined.
God.
When can we join?
Never.
I need to join. I need.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think Moo just made a moose steak.
Moose steak.
Yeah. Damn. All right.
How many?
Speed run. Speed
Yeah.
run. Yeah. Speed run it.
Alright, so Jeremy ran off with his worm. But if you want to send us anything, you can send it to 1901 East 51st Street, Austin, Texas, 78723. Make sure to put AWU.
Oh, God. Oh.
Moonball to the throat. Matt, you asshole.
Oh, bitch!
Oh.
By the way, Moonball.
Moonball.
Oh, God, punishment! To the wall! God damn it, man!
They fuck up this room so bad.
Well, they know because they know that they're just gonna fix it again.
Yeah.
I
They're
remember,
gonna fix it, or somebody else is gonna have to fix it.
well, no, someone else fixes it for them, dude.
Yeah.
They have a building manager that fixes everything. Like, and they encourage them to do this shit because it gets them money.
With a moonball, which was not called. Not called! You must face the wall of justice. How do you plead?
He's gonna face the wall, you're gonna peg him with it.
Alright. No lenience.
Peg him. Peg him, Jack.
Both run. 3, 2, 1,
Run the kid.
That was 3. Some may call it a kangaroo court.
We used to do that shit in high school, like the fucking the wall.
Would you do it with a
pen,
tennis
like,
ball?
Well, like we'd actually use like the wall balls, like the rubber wall
Yeah,
balls.
yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
Anyway.
At ROTC. That would be the activity we do after school by the ROTC building.
Jesus. Moonbop. All right, next. Jugger. Oh, it's the continuation.
What's up with her laugh?
Their laughs are slightly unfortunate.
What the hell? Beep, 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 beep.
Wow.
Damn.
All right, I feel like their laugh should be switched. He sounds more like a girl than she does. Oh. Every day.
Shit. He just hit puberty. He just hit puberty.
You're not my dad. Get out of your mind! Get out of your mind!
Let's go home, kids.
Mom, this McDonald's is weird.
And the crack again.
All right, next.
Joseph Joe donated. You are next in line. Gonna be. Oh yeah, this is the guy who does.
Next you'll say, you bastard, how could you have possibly known where they were?
You bastard! How could you possibly have known where they were?
For my next glimpse into the future, you will now say, so what, you little punk?
Yeah, so what, you little punk? And now you're gonna get it!
That should I know what you'll say next. About as easy as taking candy from a baby.
Next thing you'll say is, how could he possibly be alive with that hole in his head? Am I right?
But how could he possibly be alive with that hole in his head?
Now you'll say that's impossible.
That's impossible.
I know just what you're going to say next. You'll say, I've seen right through you all this time, Joestar.
I've seen right through you all this time, Joestar.
And next you'll say, now I'll lift my hormone spell, Signorina.
Definitely seems like they're playing on the overdone commentary you normally see in anime.
The next words from your mouth are, I'm going to knock that smirk right off of your face. Watch.
I'm going to knock that smirk right off your face! Wait a second, you can't do that! That's my trick!
What you're going to say next is, my veins will move faster than your pathetic hormone can possibly go.
Now, my veins will move faster than your pathetic hormone could possibly go!
Here is the very next thing that will come out of your mouth. Don't you dare dishonor our battle here, Jojo.
Here, JoJo.
Don't you dare dishonor
I still haven't seen any of that.
It's fine. I mean,
So
it's
does
a good
that
anime.
ability to predict what people are going to say provide him any tactical benefit?
It's just the fact that he's always thinking multiple moves ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
He just likes to do it as a taunt before he checkmates, basically.
Gotcha.
All right. What's next?
That's it.
Is it?
Hey.
All right.
All right.
We want to call it?
Yeah, we're gonna call it, everybody.
I gotta go
We've
home
been
and play
yeah.
Overwatch.
Yeah, we're going for 2 hours
You
here,
guys playing
guys.
competition or just chilling?
Yeah.
Chill.
We might join you whenever we get back to the house ourselves.
I'm going to be playing on the test server tonight.
Okay.
PTR? Alright, I will not. I'm waiting for a surprise.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you have enjoyed this rendition of Renegades Ramble. This was a little bit of a test with the 3 camera angles, which we hope that you've enjoyed.
Depending on how Nick was controlling him. Be good? Nick?
I decided early on that we need to move them at a better angle for next time so that we can actually have them shoot something that's not the side of people's face that's talking and be closer to like the front of someone's faces. So I kind of left it on the main screen because that way you can see everybody's face as they talk.
You're fired, Nick.
Yeah, well,
Fired.
it is what it is. All right. Well, this is
Effing
just a
chat,
test.
Nick.
This is just a test anyway.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
All right.
We'll get it cleaned
a
up.
little bit at the beginning, and then I was just kind of like, this is kind of.
Well, what we need to have are these side cameras. They need to be more close up. So
Yeah.
Like, one on yeah.
Like the right side needs to shoot like the camera that's over here on the right needs to shoot close up with like where the beam and Nate are sitting.
Yeah.
Camera over the left needs to shoot close up with Jake and Ron are sitting, and then the one in the middle can stay like it is.
We'll see what we can come up
We'll play
with.
around it. Anyways.
You want to see this last beam?
If it's long.
83 seconds.
All right, what the fuck?
Last meme.
Last meme, and then we're ending it. I don't care if we get 5 more in there. I don't care if Lennon himself comes out of his tomb with a primary request for us. We're ending the stream.
Should I turn this up?
No,
You've come to the wrong place.
Yep, barnyard animals give him shit.
I'm glad I didn't turn this
I used to
up.
love this movie.
Move it, heifer.
Fuck.
All right. Well, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
used to love that part.
that's going to do it for this rendition of Renegades Ramble. For those of you tuning in, thank you very much. And I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Diva.
Jacob.
And we will see you all in the next one, everybody. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.